hello there, ladies and gentlemen, but not all the ladies and gentlemen. We are having a nightmare here. I'll bring the lads in. For some reason, we are not broadcasting on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Will not connect.
You're on Twitter.
So, yeah, we're on Twitter and we are on. 1 second here. Good evening. Everyone's putting it here. We're having troubles. Someone's put no. It's called off. Hang on. I have to put it.
Is the water in the system?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're a bit late on because we had to shovel a bit of water off the pitch. Like,
well, I mean, we're gonna have to. Pardon me. We're gonna have to try and get YouTube on in the background while we're talking. But what a nightmare this is! But what a nightmare the week has become. From being absolutely amazing at getting to Wembley, on Saturday. We have found ourselves in a real fixture backlog with the game against Aldershot being postponed, and we still kind of get this one on live. I'm just going to have to go on the chat on the StreamYard thing here and tell everybody that we are on Facebook. Still, someone's put Davey's still drying out his equipment. Wait, 1 second, we are live.
Well, the creek without a paddle.
We are. We've never had this trouble before, have we?
This. Should me and Mickey talk, or do you want to, Mickey? Do you want to sing or dance or something?
No, I don't want to sing or dance.
Yeah. Well, there's not much to sing and dance about, really, after what happened. I mean, let's start the show properly now, because obviously people will be coming over, hopefully from the YouTube where they were sitting and waiting. Look, great week on Saturday, Wembley again, absolute scenes. A great game. Well, wind had its say, and then we move forward into this, and someone texting there, and we move forward into this now, and it's become an absolute nightmare. The fixture backlog with Aldershot being called off at the last minute last night. They worked absolute wonders on the pitch, and I've got a little video here of what the pitch looked like. As I say, this is what the pitch looked like before, after they had finished when they were doing the inspection. Now, to the naked eye, that looked, not too shabby, did it? Considering what it was like earlier in the afternoon with the torrential rain and downfall. We cannot get on. I'm still trying to get us on YouTube while I'm talking.
Considering it's April and it's had a full football season, that looked in good condition. Obviously, yeah, I can't see the underground water.
This video will demonstrate why the referee ultimately called it off. I know there's lots of things online saying that Aldershot didn't want to play. That's their prerogative, unfortunately. Was it gamesmanship? I don't know. We can't really hazard a guess on that. But this video will demonstrate that parts of the pitch were all right. You'll see a ball kicked across, I think, by Carl Magnet, and then you'll see the referee throw a ball up in the air and how it dies on the pitch. So have a little look at this.
That's fine, it's bouncing. When the wind starts, then you'll know about it.
It's not. Well, there you go. You're seeing the ball across does bounce and run. The ball, there was about several areas on the pitch where it did just splatter and stop. In context to what we've seen over the years, it wasn't that bad. But that's the level and standards that they play to now, even in non-league, that they want the pitches to be pristine. And of course, there is player safety. And I think he's shaking his head. But I mean, well, you can't force people to go out there and play.
If you played football as a kid and going up through the ranks, you'll have played on much worse pitches than that. I'm sorry. I totally empathise with the trip that Aldershot fans have made. I totally empathise with that. 6 hours to get called off 20 minutes. Anybody would be raging.
Yeah.
But have a go. Have a go. If it gets abandoned, then you tried. Didn't even try. They didn't even want to try. And Witherington's a chicken shit. I'm sorry. He's really wound us up. He didn't even get on the pitch. He was scared to get his shoes muddy. I'm sorry. Like that game could have been played. Look at Farsi Celtic a couple of seasons ago. It started exactly the same as that. Yeah, it cut up, and it was a nightmare to play on. But both teams got on with it. One of their players said he would have played on it.
Yeah.
There was at least 4 of ours who I spoke to said they would play on it. There's one man holding it up, and he knows who he is. And if he denies it, I'll show you're a liar.
Yeah. Well, as I say, my heart goes out to the away fans. It's they
totally and I completely empathise with them. But you've got everyone there. Give it a go. If it gets abandoned, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's mistakes on both sides. The communication from the club was crap as well. Yeah, they kept in touch with Aldershot, but there was nothing. Fans were asking all day. Both sets of fans were asking about what was happening.
I think it was just as annoying because obviously we, rightly so, had criticised Fylde for their lack of communication to our fans for travelling to Fylde, and then we go and do it ourselves, and it was disappointing. It didn't paint the club in a good picture, a good light. I mean, they came out with a statement late last night about they were in contact with Aldershot. 9:30, the first pitch inspection was done, and they said it was fine, and then we talked to them throughout the day. That's fine. But you've got honest people who have spent a lot of money. We've been there, we've done it. We've spent a lot of money traveling, and it's the players and the managers. They're going to be fine. It's the fans who spend.
I hate to say this, but I think there's a little bit of a north-south divide here, especially the way it was picked up in some areas of the media. The same thing happened to us. Okay, it wasn't 300 miles, but it was a 300-mile round trip going down to Fylde. Just because the game got called off just before the game, it's happened to Rangers today, hasn't it? Their game's been called off, I think.
Yep.
So it's not this outcry of outrage. Yes, it's unfortunate. Yes, it's frustrating. It's even more frustrating for us at the minute because of the backlog of fixtures. But I didn't see non-league news or the Sun reporting about us getting to the game an hour before and having it called off as well. So that kind of thing.
Blaming us for sending them abuse when quite clearly you can hear it's a southern accent that's shouting abuse at Sonia.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
But never the stun's always been the same, hasn't it? Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Right. Yeah.
Look at the way it went on about Hillsborough.
It's not good enough for putting your fish and chips in. But if you're just joining us, of course,
using a bog roll there.
Get the print on your bum. We've got obviously problems tonight. We can't get on YouTube for whatever reason. I don't know. I will upload this show onto YouTube, for people that watch it back. But obviously, I know we've lost a few people that said obviously they don't either have Twitter or Facebook, which we understand. But we will put the show up later. It has been a bit of a chaotic start because of that. But welcome to the Heed Army podcast. You know what it is? It feels such a dour time because obviously we've got the games next week as it stands before the Aldershot game is rearranged. We presume it's going to be Thursday. We've got another game tomorrow on this Thursday evening away to AFC Fylde, and to add fuel to the fire, they've put up there's another pitch inspection tomorrow, and I know for a fact that it is torrential rain down in the northwest at this moment in time. It has been all day.
It's only going to get our problems will only get worse. I mean, if that's called off tomorrow night,
we know they can't extend the season. They can't extend the season because the playoffs are a set date, the finals a set date. So what happens? I mean, because
are we going to be playing Saturday or Sunday?
We might have to. I think we're going to have to. I think that's what's going to happen to Gateshead. We're going to be playing, a couple of games in 24 hours. I think that's definitely going to be on the cards, especially if that game falls.
I have seen that, by the way. Conference many years ago, we played away to Bath on the Saturday and away to Merthyr on the Sunday. I stayed overnight and went to both games. But then we didn't have games on a Tuesday and a Thursday, which is what we're gonna.
It's an absolutely crazy running, and I mean, I think I was speaking to you, Davey, before all of this. If you had said what position we'd be in before that the Aldershot game was called off at York, when we lost down there, you wouldn't believe it, would you? So it just shows you what a strange season it's been. But we'll try and get onto the positives as well. Of course, we are going back to Wembley, May the 11th. Amazing stuff. Obviously, it was a relief to get through the game. It was different emotions this time, not because we're used to getting there, but because of the manner of the game. It was different. Obviously, penalty shootout the last time, and it was very tense. But this one, I think the wind obviously had a massive factor in it. I'll put the highlights up in the background while we're talking about it.
Well, the elements affect us again. It was rain on Tuesday night, wind on Saturday.
Probably snow at Chesterfield.
Yeah, well, just before I put this on, could everyone that's tuning in now that's come over to the other platforms, please share it and tell people that there's a problem with YouTube and we can't broadcast live on there, so other people can find us where we're still live. Of course, it's very frustrating. Like, as I say, we went live and we didn't know until it got loads of warnings saying it isn't broadcasting, and that's why it was a bit of a strange start, because I didn't think we were live, but we're live on two other places. Right, I'll get this up. Obviously, the wind on Saturday was absolutely amazing. There's one way to put it. It was a game.
Perfect kite flying weather.
Oh, it certainly was. I mean, I'll put us down here at the bottom.
Well, I think one of you lads had said that there was a risk it could have been called off during the game because of the wind. It was so strong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those times. I mean, you even see it in the highlights here that when the ball's kicked, it goes behind the person that kicked it. It's so extreme. But I mean, I don't want to put any, call Macclesfield, but I don't think they give it a real go. If I'm honest,
I think second half, when they got the goal back, they did.
Yeah.
But in the first half, I said to Davey, Ed Francis was stood in acres, and no one was closing him down.
Well, for one-off semi-final, like a chance to go to Wembley, they just sort of sat off us, and it was like, well, you'd be going blood and thunder at us, Why sit off? You've got 90 minutes to get to Wembley. Go for it. And as you said, Mickey, they just let Ed Francis dictate in the centre, and you think you don't do that,
Yeah. It's but I mean, Ben Warman getting the goal there, he obviously man of the match performance, did very well, but Dijon was fantastic as well, influential in both goals, and you can see why Derby are excited about him, but other clubs are looking at him as well.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't hear those news.
I'll not say who. I'll not say who, but I was told when I was sat at the commentary desk, a scout come over from let's say a local football club. They were looking at him. So,
wow, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. He's got. I mean, he's only. You got to remember, he's only 18. And he's not the full package yet.
That's beautiful what he did there. Look at that, 3 players, lays it off. Hannon going for the spectacular. Why not? And I can say that now, but at the time it was like, oof, we should have pulled that back. Yeah. But look, we're through. That's the main thing. One thing I will say is massive, great following from Macclesfield as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Liverpool,
stars as well.
Yeah, and the crowd as well. 3,000, 2,300 in the Gateshead end. Amazing stuff. Let's hope we can get, because I mean, you hope for a good crowd, but we've got a lot of games coming. It's expensive, and I mean, we've all had these conversations in private. The playoffs and stuff. I mean, if we have a game in the playoffs away, I'm not going to be able to afford to do it because I need the money if we get to Wembley, because it is going to be very expensive to do 2 trips, and I mean, that's something we'll probably all get into the conversation of that later on when it comes to the time of the playoffs. But that's a worry as well. I mean, it's financially, this is going to be an expensive week for Gateshead fans, even if for the home games.
Yeah, I mean, Wembley twice, and I'm not going to lie to anybody at all, and I'm having severe doubts about whether I can do 2. I'm definitely doing the trophy, but I really can't afford to go to the if we get the playoff final. It's going to break me heart, but there's nothing I can do. I haven't got the money to do. It's as simple as.
It's the reality of it. Yeah,
it's a little bit scary, the thought of it, but you just hope.
I mean, if they want a pitch report, and I can with Davey, and then by all counts, count us in.
we'll sneak in under someone's coat, but I mean that's a
bloody big coat to sneak me under it.
That's a conversation for if and when the playoff picture happens, because obviously we're not there yet. It looks good.
Exactly.
But I mean, look, going to Wembley again, amazing stuff. May the 11th, it's gonna be fantastic. I think Gateshead fans now can enjoy it more. This one, I know that one. I thought it was coming in. I said it was going in off the back of his back here.
Yeah.
And just the spin on it. I think the number.
I think the wind kept it as well.
Possibly, but no. But I mean, go to Wembley this time. We can. Obviously, it's still amazing to go. It'll never ever be lost on me. We could go every year, and I would still be. This is Wembley. This is Gateshead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you the best thing about full time on Saturday.
What?
I was there with 3 people who've been through the mill, done the hard yards. You, Davey.
Yeah.
We've all been through the hard yards together, and it felt. I had Steely sitting next to us, and it just felt a bit more special that the 3 were actually there.
Yeah,
and we've done the hard yards. You know what I mean? It made it a little bit more special for me, to be honest. And that's not blowing up your 2 horses.
When the game finished, and Mark had to quickly dash off to get some interviews and photos down the front. I obviously ended the broadcast, and I burst into tears, and I was like, oh, and then Ben Clark come past and goes, "There you go, Davey, we're doing it again," and stuff, and just special little moments like that. That's what I was just like, oh, and it was just nice to sit there and cry and look at the people around us enjoying it, and I was like, this is what it's about.
It was like relief as well, wasn't it? I mean, we obviously were the better team. We did dominate, but it just could have just taken another win fluke goal, and it was 2-2, wasn't it? So, and it was just I didn't enjoy that last 15 minutes. I really didn't. And we were the better team, of course we were, but I just didn't enjoy them last 15.
Yeah, and I would say Patrick Story's put shame to sour the mood because of last night. But what a day Saturday was! Playoffs are so close now. It is. It's just amazing. I don't know who this is that sent this, because obviously we don't normally broadcast to the Facebook group.
I thought that was in, by the way. That chance from Macclesfield, I thought that was in. It did. Oh my goodness!
There was a collective swearing by me and Steely at the same time.
not repeatable on the podcast. Yeah.
Well, let's just see it rain with duck.
Got a message here from Paul Doolan, and he's played Sunday before the break. Saturday, Sunday, back in the day. Dartford on the Saturday and Dagenham on the Sunday.
Paul,
and we've got Facebook user who, if anyone's watching on the group and you send a message in, please put your name on it. If for some reason it just doesn't bring the names over from there. Hello, gents. Decided to go over to Facebook for the first time in years. Couple of days. The couple of days has been well. Let's get it out. This couple of days has been well. How can you put it? Interesting. I would say that Wembley bound for the second year is the main one, but not buzzing for the second one with all the beef between Gateshead and Aldershot supporters. Yeah, to be honest, I thought it was the Aldershot fans were all right. I know there's beef online and keyboard warriors and a lot of young lads are, trying to stick up for the club, but just let it go. It is what it is now, and we've got Vanessa.
I've sourced the cannon to fire Tommy Woodrington back. I'll show you the picture after the podcast, lads.
We've got evening all Wembley. It certainly is.
Reservations, Vanessa.
Aye.
Wickham coming up short to we're going to say a world-class goal or a world-class fluke?
Let's just say a very late goal.
It was a cross. It was a cross. Yeah, it was a cross.
Never seen wind like it. Bit worrying for the sub when the sub bench flipped. Yeah, because obviously I was looking at that. I heard and then seeing, and thankfully the ball boy was all right. But I think they got a bit of a shock, as you would, because I think they realised that they would have been crushed there. And wind nearly blew me over twice, and that's even and all as well. Facebook user. I don't think it's the same person, but let us know who you are when you send this.
Carly, the Facebook user who's nearly been blown over twice, I would imagine be Charlie Waff.
Could be. But
must have been strong wind of an early blue, Charlie, or what?
Remember, if you're watching on Facebook and Twitter, please do share the show, because obviously we're having trouble with YouTube tonight. It's an absolute nightmare. Don't know what's up with that, but it just went off today when we come on live.
If you're on Facebook and you're sending messages, put your name on first. And then write the message.
That's if you're watching from the Heed Army Gateshead group, not the page. So there we go. We've got Facebook user Big Coat definitely making a wink. Paul Doolan has put Steely sat in me seat.
I did as well.
Right, Paul. He says, comes off the island and pinches me seat.
York has put, it was a bit annoying the game yesterday. Shame. It wasn't the team didn't want to play. Frankie Hill is one of the Facebook users, and so is Mr. Luke is on here as well. And Peter Walton has texted us, absolutely rained for months everywhere. That's totally out of anyone's control. It is. It's the real one. We've got David Evans has put evening gents, Wembley bus booked, first round on Mickey for the Welsh. David, that's if he finds the right people. He might just go and give random drinks to other people, because
I'll probably give it to Mark Carruthers' dad first.
And
I look forward to seeing that box park. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick's comment from earlier, just saying about Macclesfield, fearing the worst. Yeah, I met some Macclesfield fans after the game, and they said at least we didn't get embarrassed. They were fearing the worst, and we weren't sure, Mickey, if some actually left. Then after the second goal, we could see them going out the exit, didn't we? And it was like, they're surely not leaving. Now. Anyway, great win, great day. It's obviously been soured by this week, but hey, brilliant, absolutely brilliant to be going back to Wembley.
Also, as well, I'll get this while we're talking in the background. There is a great deal from Dawson and Sanderson. I'm going to get it up and share the picture.
It's an overnight stay, isn't it?
Overnight stay and rail travel in a Wembley hotel. £145, I believe, or 149. I'll get it here. Second, I'll save the picture and then upload it.
Who was the last club to get to two FA Trophy finals on the top?
Grays Athletic.
Grays. Yeah, it's a few years back. That mind, that's going back a bit.
So I have texted somebody at the club to ask if someone from Dawson and Sanderson would like to come on and talk about this, because I think it'd be good.
It's a decent deal, that
Oh, I'm wrong thing. That's a video. I don't want to be doing that.
Oh, so I need to plug something as well, but I'll do that a bit later on.
Oh, hey.
No, it's not like that.
It's called the Modium.
It's
so there we are.
No, it's just anyone's going to have a party or a thingy and they're looking for somewhere, the Allergene Club.
Yeah. Well, we've got
said I'd give them a mention.
Good. Well, we've got the poster up from Dawson and Sanderson, FA Trophy Final 2024. Rail travel from Newcastle. One night stay, 10th of May. So that's the day of the final. In a twin room, sharing room only, and it's for two people. And it works out at £145 each. And there's the phone number there as well. So well done to Dawson and Sanderson for getting that arranged. And I'm sure if there's another one in the offing, they'll be trying to get a similar deal as well, if they can get in place. But we'd love to get them on to talk to them.
We should say well done to Solly. Sorry, we should say well done to Solihull as well. That's first appearance at Wembley, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Well done. We're not, we're good supporters. We admire what they've done as well. So it could technically be a very good final. Two good football teams.
Two good football sides. So it'll probably piss down and blow a gale.
Be 0-0 and that'll be it.
Be worse than Halifax. Again.
It can't get worse than Halifax, surely.
Yeah.
Well done, Solihull. Yeah.
We've got I've got a message here. Stephanie's put on Twitter. Yeah, some people still, obviously, if you are joining us on Facebook and Twitter, we are having troubles with YouTube. Steve Fonfield's put, hello, boys. So he has joined us. So he is watching. So we've got Dr. Doom in with us now. And this will be getting uploaded to YouTube afterwards. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but YouTube will not broadcast this evening for us. So, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. May 10th is the Friday. So you go down the day before. Travel back day of on the 11th. So yeah, apologies about that. It's just so exciting. We're going to Wembley again, everybody. Right, we have got a little competition. We've got some prizes. We've got a hat. 1 second. I'll get it on full screen for me for this one. We've got 2 prizes to give away. We have a Heed Army bobble hat. There you go. Not a Heed Army one. Gated Football Club, courtesy of Dave Allen. So there we go. So we have a hat to give away on the show. And not only that, Mickey's been at it again. And he has...
I have the Macclesfield programme signed by Rob, Louis and Mags.
So there we go. A bit of history there for you. So if you'd like to enter that, I will show you how to do so. I don't know how I came up with this name to enter the competition. Remember, you have to be able to pick this up from the next home game from the commentary desk. And this is the what you have to type in the chat. Send us a message.
You have to put your name in as well.
You have to put your name in. Yes, it's Cry Tommy Cry. Not directed at anybody, but if you do cry, you might make the pitch wet. So if you would like to win the hat and signed program, you have to be able to pick it up from the commentary desk on a match day. Please let us know if you're going to be messaging in from the see, I don't know if the Facebook users might have to go to the Heed Army podcast live page to watch.
Well, if they just put the name and then hashtag Cry Tommy Cry, then we'll know the names.
Well, yeah, it should do. We'll see if it works that way, but I'm not too sure it will. It may just bring up Facebook user. But yeah, remember to put your name in with the Cry Tommy Cry. So yeah, just an amazing time, really, Wembley, but it's just been soured somewhat, hasn't it? Just a little bit.
Yeah, especially if we don't know when our actual next game is going to be.
That's right. Hey, but look, I think one of you lads might have mentioned it. It is a purple patch for Gateshead Football Club. If you know, we won the National League North champions. You know, it's the second time to be in Wembley. You know, we're in the playoffs. Well, potentially in the playoffs. That's an amazing achievement. The last few years have been incredible as a Gateshead fan. We've been supporting the club 30 years and never seen anything like this.
I mean, if you just started supporting from when we got relegated, you know, demoted, and you've watched since what 2019, 2020. Wow, you lucky bugger, because me and Mickey and Davey used to look like supermodels when we first started, and this is what happens to you. You get worn down.
I had the hair of a Greek god down my back. Look at it now.
And Mickey's only 25.
Well, if I'm 25, that makes you about 15.
Just had a whole paper round. But seriously, honestly, it's been amazing. Like you got to pinch yourself really and what really is happening here. Well, I mean, we're going to Wembley. You know what I mean? There's clubs out there, lots of clubs who've haven't been for 30 years, and we're going for the second consecutive season. It's ridiculous. Yeah. You know,
I mean, obviously, last year you thought if we can keep some of those players, the Werns and Ed Francis, and you know the likes, we were like, oh God, you know, we could be competitive next year. And the season started, and you were like, oh, still this, we'll get in the playoffs. And then as the seasons went along, it's like, yeah, we're in the playoffs still. We're in the playoffs still. And all the trophies coming around, you know, and it's just been a case of just every week it's been yeah, we're in a chance. Still in a
I mean,
chance.
we're waiting for the bubble to burst, so to speak.
Aye. As Gateshead fans, we are, though, because that's what we're used to, you know what I mean?
It's known as the kick in the nuts in the trade.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in January, it felt like I didn't know. It felt, oh, this is it. Here's the kick in the nuts. But no.
Yeah, he has the kick in the gonads.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the manager commented, didn't he, on Saturday? It's been a tough season. It has been a tough season, really.
Well, here's another positive. I mean, obviously, the games that we've got to play in such a short space of time is a concern. But we've got a fully fit squad this year, and we've got players in abundance. We've got a squad that can be rotated. Will it be uber competitive? Who is at this stage in the season when they've got to play so many games in the stage? But if you can get a team out and the ethos, and I think if you listen to Rob and Mags and Louis, the players that have come in, and you hear there was a little team talk after the game on Saturday. It's like if you've played 10 minutes or you haven't even played yet, you're still playing an integral part in all of this. And it doesn't matter if you play one game this season or if you've played 40, you are just as important. So, you know, these players aren't just sitting on the edges waiting. They know they're going to get a chance, and they're being loved, as it were. You know, they're being a part of it, which is fantastic. We've got Luke Robinson's got heading to Fylde tomorrow. That's if it's on. If you all join us, there's a 10 o'clock pitch inspection tomorrow, but we know there is a lot of bad rain in the northwest. So yeah, and Caroline Silver's put, you look like you've aged well, lads. Vintage. So good wine. We've aged well. No, we're all vinegar here, Peter. We're all vinegar.
Well, it's Steely, I would think. Yeah, we'll get a bit grey around the gills, but
can I say, go on? Can I say, by the way, I think also just on the bigger picture stuff here, I think the National League have to look at themselves a little bit about you know, the fixtures and the length of the season. I mean, why couldn't this? Can't now, because obviously, you know, the playoffs and the final. But like next season, why not just have that bit of buffer, have another week?
Well, I think it's because of the European Championships, isn't it? And Wembley's going to be used for the games build up, and Champions League final,
But next season,
there's a lot of moving cogs in this engine this season, and unfortunately for us, it's going to be tight, very tight for us. But here's a situation for you, lads. Say if Bromley win their next 2-3 games, that makes it impossible for us to get into third place. Well, it might not be mathematically possible, you know, but it makes it very hard. If you're Robert Elliott, do you go right? We've qualified. If we have qualified in the next couple of games, do you go right? Well, let's just rotate the squad, play a few youngins, get the season, just get to the end of the season, and play our strongest squad in the games that count.
Say get the points needed first.
Yeah.
Try to get the points you need first to secure a playoff spot, and then start fanning on with the team. Don't fan on with the team first. Play your strongest lineup to try and get the results. And then go for it. If you can, I think personally, if you're on a winning run, the games can't come quick enough.
True. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, we're sitting here panicking, but I mean, them players will be chomping at the bit to play.
Yeah.
And look, the Ruba fit, we know they are. They've had a season of it. They're well conditioned to what footballers were at this level many years ago. The well-oiled machines, so to speak, and they look after themselves. So if they go through intense training sessions and things like that, they're just not going to train. They're well drilled. They'll have the meetings on what they're going to do tactically and stuff like that. But they're fit enough to get through these games. And if they're playing every other couple of games, and another thing as well. I mean, I know you hear Premier League managers complaining about having 2 games in a week, but we've got a lot of young players as well, so there is a bit of longevity in them legs. Yes, we're at the end of the season, but it's not all doom and gloom.
Does home advantage? Does home advantage come into it as well? Because if you finish 4th and 5th, you'll be at home in the
quarterfinal. In the quarterfinal of the playoffs. Semi-final would be away.
If you were if you got yourself into a position where you're like guaranteed 4th or 5th, I think you maybe could look at some rotational players, squad players in the last game. But yeah, because that's if it's in the bank, let's put it that way.
Exactly, but we could be sitting here this time next week, sitting in third. You just never know. You know what I mean? But
we could be approaching probably the Aldershot game.
Yep.
Lads, this time next week we'll be watching the Fylde game.
Yeah.
No, Fylde will be in the morning, Aldershot will be in the evening.
It's getting that way, I tell you. Oh, hey, we're not the only ones though. Halifax Town, they're you know, they've got a pitch which is
true
condition.
as well.
True, yeah.
And
I mean,
let's also
Truro got exactly what we went through when the pitch died.
Well, look at Dunstan. Dunstan's had to play all over. It was a Belper Town that a home game at. Also, as well, I mean, the Northern League is decimated. You know, you got to think of these little clubs; they're getting really put through the ringer, and then they won't extend their season, the FA, at all, which is disgusting. Considering they have no, you know, there's nothing that's going to affect the higher leagues.
Players a few jobs as well.
Yeah.
I wonder what odds you would have had if so like next Thursday, obviously playing Aldershot. And then the following week, midweek as well, playing Aldershot. So Aldershot travel 3 consecutive weeks, midweek up the Gates. I shouldn't laugh. It wasn't funny for them yesterday, by all means. But yeah, that'd be a bit harsh. Anyway.
Well, since we got here, obviously two games earlier in the season would give that buffer at the end of the season. I don't think it would have at this stage because of what's happened with the weather. It's just been that bad. I was
going to say, wasn't there some Northern League games cancelled at the end of August because of the rain?
Yeah, had a torrid time, didn't it? So it's just been one of them horrific years for weather. Gavin Rhodes, but National League should have a contingency plan for fixture pile up. I know, but
we're expecting the National League committee to have common sense, and when have the National League ever had common sense? Well, if it was hanging off the friggin' nuts, man.
You see, I mean, I was thinking today about certain aspects of what the National League could do, because if they don't want to extend it, and do they really want a team playing twice in 24 hours? Is it a good look for the National League? Probably not.
No, probably not.
So I was thinking to myself, on the extreme end, what if tomorrow Fylde can't put the game on, and then they're forced to void the game, so you know, forfeit the game? I can't see that happening. But where do you draw the line? Because Aldershot could kick up and then go, well, hang on a second, they did it last week, you know. But there's a rolling effect. Then we could go, well, Fylde did it the week before as well. So
where do you stop?
Yeah, exactly. It's dangerous territory, and
you draw the line in the sand type of thing.
Yeah, and there's got to be something done either way. I'm not saying forfeit games, so that's not. I say that was just an extreme thought. But where can it go? You know, it is.
But I mean, like tomorrow night's game, right? So we know it's in doubt. Obviously, Fylde probably have a much better idea. They're probably looking now, thinking this isn't going to get played. So it sounds quite harsh, but why don't you say, why play behind the closed doors tomorrow night at another venue, you know, Fleetwood, whoever? I appreciate that's not as easy as that, you know. I do.
I know, and I think there might be a little bit of politics as well around, you know, Fylde, because obviously the money was put in them as a FU to Blackpool, as it were, and you know, I don't think Fleetwood are probably on the greatest terms with them. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But so it's...
Well, when we went up in the early 90s, we finished second behind Colne Dynamos. And Colne Dynamos, their ground wasn't good enough to go in the conference, and they had all this big money. And they approached Blackburn Rovers, who at the time were a second division team. And Blackburn was scared because obviously Colne had all this money and the up-and-coming non-league team, and they said no, we won't have it. So it was a case of, you know, politics coming into it, local politics. So
it is. Just before we go any further, of course, if you have joined us, and we're not on YouTube tonight for some reason, it just isn't broadcasting. I don't know why. Bit knocked by it, to be honest, because of the big show tonight after what's happened this week on the pitch and off the pitch. So if you would like to tell anybody that the show is here, and also we will be uploading it to YouTube and pushing it as well. So it's just very unfortunate that this has happened, and we do apologize. Say it's out of our control, but there is a prize tonight in a draw. So if you want to put in "Cry Tommy Cry" in reference to nobody, you can win a I'll get it here, I'll hold it up again. You can win a HSC double hat. There you go.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ah.
And I'll get Mickey. I'll get him on full screen. There we go.
Ooh.
Signed program from the Macclesfield game with the all the coaches on there. So nice prize for everyone. So cry, and also as well because we had such a really bad start. We better say thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and our partners at Patrick. And as I say, Patrick, they were at the game. They put up a great video as well, documenting the day. But also hit that subscribe button. We've been rocketing up. I think we were at 817. Of course, we're not on YouTube, and I'm saying subscribe. So, but if you're watching this on the replay, yeah, get into that.
I'll tell you what, it's everything's turned. After the last 2 days, everything's turned to dust, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. Right.
We're getting support as we expected. You know what I mean? We can't have it all good.
We've got some important stuff to talk about now.
Oh my goodness, Mickey! Do you want to break the news here, Mickey? Who's top?
Tabitha is top still.
Wow.
On
Steely. I look back at the podcast. Trina got it wrong. It was me who said 2-1.
No, get away. We thought Trina said 2-1.
I thought it was me.
No, she put 3-0.
Mickey's gone at the third. Mickey.
Yeah, so Mickey's in third. Tabitha is still top of the table. She's pulling clear as well. She's 6 points clear. Go on, Tabitha. I'm in joint 9th now. Steely's making a move up there, and so is Mickey. So I'm gonna have to get a good prediction in for Fylde and for
I'm going P's each for Fylde.
Right. So if you want to get your predictions in,
for what?
P's each.
P's each. PP.
Postponed.
Postponed.
Hi. Well, right. Obviously, because we're not on YouTube, if you want to get yours in and you are watching on the Facebook group, put your name with your predictions for the next 2 games. So I'll go with mine first. I'm going to go 2-1 to Gateshead against Fylde tomorrow night, and I'm going to go 2-0 against Maidenhead for Gateshead.
Me next. I'll go 1 each Fylde.
Yep.
And I'll say 3-1 against Maidenhead.
It's quite interesting, isn't it? Like the original Davey, you went for a draw at Fylde, but tonight you've gone for a win. Yeah, I'm going for a draw as well. I'm going for 1-1 as well, Mickey, against Fylde. I'm going for a narrow 1-0 win on Saturday. So 1-1 tomorrow night, and 1-0 on Saturday. And
also as well, just before we go any further, get your predictions in. We'll be reading them out for Johnny Gray to get together. I mean, you would have seen I didn't get, because you may have noticed I'm in a different background here. I'm at my mum's house. She's just got out of hospital tonight, so I wasn't going to make it home. So I brought me stuff here to do the show. So if anyone wants to give us some love, give a thumbs up and a heart in the chat. She's back home happily now. But
get well soon, Susie.
Yeah,
she was going to be watching on YouTube, but obviously it went off. That's how I realized. I was like, oh. But no, there was some stellar work done. I mean, even by Rob, by Carl. There was pictures of them taking the water off the pitch, and said a friend of the show and a lovely lad. Awful dress sense though. But Simon Lowry's put amazing yesterday. Everyone worked their socks off. They certainly did. You know, we even Mark. God, I was shocked. Even Mark Walton was doing work. That's how important it was. So,
hats off to everybody who helped get the water off the pitch.
Yeah,
these were phenomenal. That includes you as well, Simon.
Yeah,
it's the first time I've seen Simon work.
He's normally, I tell you what, though, he looks great leaning against the pitchfork, doesn't he? So we've got
it's a good job, him and Batty.
Yeah, Gavin Roders went 3-0 to the Heed versus Fylde and 2-1 to the Heed against Maidenhead. David Evans is going 2-1 win tomorrow, 3-0 on Saturday. I've got here, what's that? The game is not going ahead tomorrow. Looks feeling.
You get points for that.
No, that's Patrick Stories.
I think I should get a bonus point for pays each. Like,
yeah, Patrick Stories went 1-1 at Fylde and 4-1 at Maidenhead. Two 1-0 at Fylde, says Mason. Luke Robinson is going for 1-1 or PP at Fylde. And it is, that's Mr. Luke, of course, in 3-0 Gateshead at Maidenhead. And we've also got, East went 4-0 against Maidenhead, says Mason Ford. Luke Robinson's put get well soon. I'll tell me mum that. And there's another Facebook user said get well soon. Christopher Stories went 1-1 Fylde tomorrow, 3-1 on Saturday to Gateshead at Maidenhead. We've got Trina. She's got 3-2 to the Heed and 2-1 to the Heed at Maidenhead. Caroline Silvers put get well soon. Davy's mum, thank you very much. And we've got for Fylde 2-1 for Darren. Poppy says 5-1 to the Heed. Liv says 3-1 and Tabitha says 3-2. We need them Maidenhead ones as well, Darren. Get them in and get well soon. So thank you very much for them messages. My mum's it's my mum, I love her. So it's nice to have you all sending in messages. Once again, apologies that we're not on YouTube. As I say, people are trying to send in their We've got messages on Twitter here. Steve Farnfield, hotel and train booked for the trophy final. Hotel booked for the playoff. Not sure if it's on Saturday or the Sunday. It's on the Sunday the 5th. That one. And there's a couple other ones. Could we play Solihull in both the trophy and playoff finals? It could happen. It could happen. Steve Farnfield's also put here. If we do make both finals, can and only win one, which one would you want, promotion or the trophy? Oof.
Promotion's always going to be the one for me.
Yeah, promotion. Yeah.
You're still picking up the trophy.
It's worth more money for a start.
Yeah.
You get relegated the following season, you get parachute payments.
Yeah.
Was it York City got relegated and then went to the trophy final, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Gary Mills. Stephanie's it's at stats is when 2-2 Fylde and 2-1 at Maidenhead, and she's also put get well soon. And Steve Farnfield has put 1-0 to the Heed, 1-0 to the Heed, 1-0 to the Heed, 1-0 to the Heed, 1-0 to the Heed for all of the remaining games for the season. So he's nailing his colours to the mast there.
Steve's on a real positive run here at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, yes, he's
I think his Synatogen's too strong for him, Steely.
Promotion, then data will be on EA Sports FC FIFA game. Oof, we'll be in there.
Hey, you would have thought that.
EA
Sports.
I wonder if they scan the commentator to sit in the stand like. Great.
Seagulls screaming in the corner.
And we've got more messages. Best wishes to me, ma'am.
I was very, very proud of you, Davey. The National League tweeted out today one of the Gateshead goals, and it was your commentary. It's Davey's commentary on a national tweet. That's cool.
I was on ITV as well, Tyne Tees on Monday. Yeah, so I was looking gorgeous on there. So the tears
we just chatted about the game.
Yeah. So
nice.
Thankfully, the tears.
Did I chat to you before the game? Did they?
Sorry.
Did I had a chat to you before the game?
No, after the game.
After the game?
Yeah. But luckily I didn't make a fool of myself. Although I did make a fool of myself today. Right, I got a little side story for you. Right, so Elaine was at a craft group that she goes to on a Wednesday morning, and the kids were in the living room, and I just because at Christmas, the song Feliz Navidad, right?
Yeah.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Yeah, so they were sitting all quiet in the living room, and I burst in and I sang that, and they both jumped out the skin. It was like Feliz Navidad, right? And they jumped out the skin. Right, so I goes into the kitchen and carries on singing it, doing a silly dance. Like I was going Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
There's only the Spanish woman from down the street was knocking on the back window.
What did you join in? Did you join in?
No, she just looked at us. She's a lovely woman, but she's very blunt and to the point. She goes, "Is she in? Is she in?" I was like, "No," and she goes, "Right, I'll be back." So there we go.
So you didn't see when it's just come West.
No, I didn't.
Oh, listen to Mickey.
I know he didn't realise he had such an eloquent tongue, did you? We've got win the playoff, we can get to Wembley the next season and win the Papa John's. Yeah, in the Papa John's here, and we've got
the pizza trophy.
Adios. Enjoy your evening. I don't know if that was before I told that story or not. Promotion is for me is financial rewards would help Gateshead much more. Certainly would. Look, what a conversation to be in, though, isn't it? What a topic. You know, what would you rather take? I mean, obviously, you always want promotion, but I mean, Christ, me, Mickey, and Steely, the FA Trophy, no bones about it. It's to me, it's the pinnacle of
the holy grail.
Yeah.
It's been ever since '93 when we got knocked out of Guppy that day. And Vanessa will probably be jumping around thinking that Stevie Guppy song, but since that day I've always wanted to win the trophy. We've come close.
Yeah.
Got knocked out at semi-finals, got the final, got beat off Halifax. There's nothing stopped me or Solihull winning it, to be fair. But
yeah,
I think realistically as well, just felt the thing that we could win at some stage. You know, we never really thought we'd get promoted. You know, we'd all want promotion, of course we do, but we never really felt that we're going to get promoted to the Football League. I've never really. I know some of you will disagree with that.
But I said in that interview to Simon O'Rourke, I said this must be what it feels like to be a Real Madrid fan, because it doesn't happen to Gateshead. And he went, "Well, it does, because you're there twice already." So like for the second year in a row, and I'm like,
"Oh yeah."
I
know, but we've stood on terraces in FA Cup ties, second, third qualifiers. We've stood on the terraces singing, "Tell me, mommy, what we're going to Wetherby." Just because we're going to fish and chips afterwards. That's what we used to sing.
That was what we won. We're going to get some chips.
I mean, we're going to get some overpriced small fish and chips from Wetherby. We've got David Evans. But where did you think you'd finish at the start of the season? I honestly thought top 10.
I thought about 11th to 12th, yeah. I thought 11th to 12th. Round about then. Doing reasonable, but yeah.
Yeah.
I thought when we're saying Wern, Francis and Whelan, I thought we were in with a chance of being in the playoffs. I thought we'd finish maybe 7th, 8th or 9th around that area. I thought we'd flirt with the playoffs, but maybe drop out.
Yeah.
But I had full faith in. I said to you, if Wern was the main catalyst for us to sign in the summer, and if you got him, you'd probably get Whelan and Francis, and that's the way it worked.
It did, that's right. Yeah,
you did.
Sorry, we got Booty over the line early on as well, didn't we? In the summer, and that was a big.
Well, and I've got to see while we're saying that, Booty come on and had a cracking game.
He did.
Yeah.
So I thought Marcus did well when he came on as well. He held it up well in the conditions. I thought Vanessa's put it's really special for you. Really deserve this season. Your experience last year will be a massive advantage this time. I think it will. I think even in the terraces, I think we can go in and relax and not just be that overawed again. You know, because it does. I'm not like, I'll tell you now. Yeah. I'll go in, I'll be overawed again. I'll be like, wow, this is.
Yeah. I'm
in a Gateshead top.
But that first time is a bit like that, isn't it? So Solihull will feel that. They'll go and be like, "Oh my god, look at this," you know.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you see your club crest on the side of Wembley.
Oh,
it's unbelievable. That
it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's.
Heavy's a big Gateshead fan, as you all know, and he says it seems more. Going this year feels more enjoyable than last year, because I think last year we all thought that we didn't think we'd beat Barnet because of the squad we had.
Yeah.
Even though we're 3-0 up, we went to penalties, and before the game, I was fearing the worst. And we got to Wembley, and it was like a huge bonus because we'd stayed up.
Yeah.
This time, I think it's going to be more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I really do.
Of course, want to go in there and win, but for me, the win is getting there as well. But we're competitive this year. As like last year, it was just a massive, as you say, a bit of a bonus. It was nice,
especially when Stockport took pie.
Yeah. Oh, well, at the end of the day, you don't want to get
as well, didn't it?
Yeah, you don't want to get beaten in the semis, do you? You know, and obviously you don't want to lose in the final, but at least you're there. You've had the occasion. You've had the,
exactly. You know, I mean, it's what you want.
I mean, it's sort of given we're going to go and do there and win for because Solihull's a bloody good side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we saw that just last month when they beat us 3-2. Right?
Oh, Mason Ford said he can't go this year. Gutter. Oh, it's a shame. We've got one here. Question for all three of you: is this the best season in Gateshead FC history? I think under the circumstances, losing Mike and the players, it's a no-brainer for me. Yeah, I think it's.
I'm not just saying this. I think this is the biggest golden period since we dropped into non-league football.
Yeah. Has to be. I mean, here's another one for you.
Of the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's another one for you. Not that I wanted to put any pressure on him or anything like that, but if Greg Ollie lifts a trophy at Wembley this season, is he arguably the greatest player to play for Gateshead? For what he's done through the club, leading the club. If
he's the first captain to pick up a trophy, by all means, but he is a fantastic player.
He is.
I'm sure you've got the likes of Ernie Curry and a few others who will say that half of this team probably couldn't hold a candle to Ingham and Callender.
Oh, of course, but in living memory, for most of the fans,
non-league sort of days, basically.
Honest, if they win it, they'll go down as Heat legends forever.
Oh yeah. Well, look how fondly we look at the lads that made it at Wembley the last
Curtis, Turnbull,
yeah,
Marwood, Harlem. That's still big heroes of all of ours.
Yeah.
Graham Pearson, Ollie has stuck by the club too. He has.
That's a very point as well.
That's part of it. The story of it. Regardless of what happens at the end of the season, Greg has led the club.
I think Greg's
twice.
It doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah, he's won a league. He stuck with the club through the bad times, and even from his first game, that goal away to Maidenhead, he was under the radar signing, and he started as he went on, and he's never looked back.
And I suspect clubs were talking to him or looking for him because he is such a good player. So to show his loyalty, was it last sort of summer before, and we thought, we might lose Ollie here to someone big, but he seems a very happy guy, doesn't he? He seems happy.
Definitely. Right, we're gonna before we go into the ladies, we're gonna draw the prize now. So if you would like to enter the Cry Baby Cry, now I'm looking at this. It's like 11 entries there that it's been picked up. So I think it might not have picked up the ones on the Facebook group because it has.
We'll wait for the next podcast then when we're live on air,
like proper,
and give everyone a chance because there's loads of people who are not being able to see it.
Unfortunately, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's just not going. There are lots of people because I've seen more than that pop up on the.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, we'll put that out to the crowd. Is everyone all right with that? And of course, we'll we'll rectify it and maybe add to the prize as well on next show. So let us know if you're all right.
We're going to chance to put the show in because we don't know what days we're playing next week yet.
I think we're going to have to take sleeping bags to the stadium, aren't we?
We'll make it live from the stadium.
Every night's a football game.
Yeah, we are getting thumbs up, and good idea about postponing the prize.
Give some of the regulars a chance.
Yeah, as I say, massive thank you that has everyone come on. We've got good numbers. For, people coming over. With the problems that we had. So we'll do that. But Mickey, God, we didn't realize we were already at an hour. We should have mentioned this earlier on. But how did the ladies get on this weekend?
The ladies got beat 4-0. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. By the time I'd found the postcode out and we got sent to a housing estate, and then we couldn't find where it was, and then it was a 15-minute walk, and then we got stuck in a traffic jam. So we just went for a Sunday lunch in the end. It was 2:10, and we still hadn't even hit the ground. So
hey, and that Sunday lunch looked bloody good.
yeah, I'm gutted because I wanted to see the lasses play out. They haven't played for about a month, bless them. But we always knew it was going to be a difficult game. It's nice to see young Grace, who come up from the under-16s, had got man of the match. Congratulations to her, and well done to Shaw Hoagie for getting player of the month as well. She's been absolutely outstanding all season, Shaw. For player of the season as well, to be honest, Sharpie is a few nominees, but they've all played well.
It's actually quite a decent. It's actually quite a decent performance. I mean, Sunderland have been turning over everybody. They haven't lost a game this season, so you know,
and
four now
as goes as well. I think they played something like 25 games, won 25.
Yeah, and you got to remember the things that sit there. You know,
disposal. I mean, apparently there was more coaches than players.
Was a wow. We've got more messages coming in. We've got definitely promotion back to the Football League. It was taken away 3 years before I was born. My dad told me the full scandal. We've got Steve Farnfields, but we'll be running around Wembley with promotion and the trophy, having won both. I'm still thinking he's been hacked, you know. There's something off there.
I don't know what Sandra's putting in his tea, but Sandra, by all means, keep doing it, love.
Yeah, definitely. You should have done it years ago. He's put. Don't forget Mark Hine and Dion Raitt, I think, for the best players ever to play for Gateshead.
I like Tiny.
Oh yeah, there's another little bit of news for the ladies. Of course, Hugo has stepped down from his.
I forgot about you. Yeah. I'm absolutely devastated. I absolutely think the world of Hugo, the man with the shiniest legs in football. You've got any idea, lads? I don't know what his trick is. But he turns up in his shorts and his legs just glisten.
Are you telling me that? Are you telling me that someone's got better legs than Matty Pearson?
I would say Hugo definitely beats Matty Pearson. Like.
Because Matty Pearson, them red shorts in all weathers.
Well, Hugo knows when he's getting cold, he puts his pants on. But I'm absolutely devastated. But I fully understand the reasons why, personal reasons, and I wish him all the best. He couldn't be a nicer guy, and I can only thank him for what he's done for the lasses. He always comes and talks to everyone who's there, says hello, how you doing? And I wish him nothing but the best. And I hope you get well soon, Hugo. I really do.
Yeah, we'll send out our love to Hugo and say it's well, we've come to the end of the show. Started off with a little bit of a damn squib because of didn't even mean that one. Obviously because of the YouTube problem, but we will upload this to YouTube and onto.
Can I just say this though, lads, for me dad? If you've got any parties up to about 150, maybe it's 175, and you're looking for a venue, it could be for a wake, Christians, blah, 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 get in touch with the A1 Aladdin Club in Aladdin. It's getting a bit tight for them, and they're looking for a few people to hopefully book the concert room there and get some money into the club. If anyone going to book a do, give that A1 Aladdin a ring.
Promotion party.
Yeah, could be. Get all the players in. I mean, the beer's quite cheap in the Aladdin Club, so if you're affiliated and you fancy a pint, get yourself the Aladdin Club.
Yeah. Get yourself, remember, support local. Right, lads. Say we started with the doom and gloom. We got more doom and gloom, but we got out of it. We're going to Wembley. We're going to Wembley, everybody.
How soon? I mean, you thought we'd coming down with the thump.
Yeah. Well, look, a month today. If you're traveling down before with Dawson and Sanderson, you'll be just 10 hours away from getting really excited.
Wembley.
And
Wembley.
also 10 years since we went the first time.
Is that right? Is that yeah?
Unbelievable. Well, on that note, everybody, we're going to end it there, and hopefully we'll be back on YouTube. We'll look into why that didn't work. I've got a feeling, I've just had a realization. No, it shouldn't have, because we didn't go live with the broadcast yesterday. I was wondering if that might have, but that shouldn't have. That would be a right. Could imagine if that had happened for a commentary. That would have been a right stinker, wouldn't it? But yeah. Anyway,
Absolutely, TV would love you.
Oh, they would. Well, no, it would work for them. The commentary would work for them, but it wouldn't go out on what they call it. But Kevin Road has put Wembley again, and we've got see you all at Wembley. Still,
tell me, mom,
who would be for
tea?
Bye,
Wembley again, ole ole.